Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? Thank you so much for coming out tonight. At this part of the show, we like to have a comic come up, and tonight's guest is Dan Banas. So put your hands together.
Hey, everybody. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. I'm Dan Banas. I'm excited to be here performing at Top Story. Give me room for the show. It's been so good. I planned a lot of great topical material for you today. The topic, things that happened to me well over a year ago. So I'm excited about that. I'm a comedian here in Los Angeles. As such, I don't have a lot of money. I recently went over my finances and came to the conclusion I'm about 3 bad days from just adding boxcar to the start of my name. And I'm just going from there, restarting that. I have a day job, like a lot of you guys probably have day jobs, and I actually substitute teach because they pay me to do it, and so far every time, so I keep doing it. But I do appreciate, I think it's a good thing to do. It kind of makes me feel good. But on the other hand, though, they always put me in really horrific situations where, because often I'm in Compton or just really rough areas, and it's hard because I look like me and I sound like me and I am me. That doesn't make things easier. And being, in these areas, there are a lot of socially, economically disadvantaged family situations, really difficult. And I always want to try to really inspire these kids. And they always put me in classes, though, that are social studies and things about moving up in life. There would be pictures of Cesar Chavez and Malcolm X on the wall. And that's great, but surely there's a better mouthpiece for these messages than myself. It'll say, always there'll be the same banner, it'll say speak truth to power. But for these kids, where they're coming from, power, it would actually be me. And truth would be that I can go fuck myself. So it makes things tricky. To make matters worse, a thing has been happening recently, and I don't really fully even understand it, where I'll come in and I'll start the day, all right, hey everybody, my name is Mr. Banas, and before I get a word in, one of the students invariably, and I'm going to try to mimic the voice as much as possible that I frequently hear, so if you're offended, sorry, but this is what it sounds like. So I'll be like, my name is Mr. Banas, and hey man, you look like that guy from the Lovely Bones. He's like, you look like that guy from the Lovely Bones. And I always, he's like, yeah, you see that movie, The Lovely Bones? And I was like, no, I haven't. I have, but I don't want to continue the conversation, so I say no. And he's like, yeah, you look like that guy. And so here's the thing, I don't think I look much like Mark Wahlberg, but it turns out it's no. He goes, no, that guy, he raped that girl. You look like that guy who raped that girl. And then someone will pipe in, yeah, you do look like that guy that raped that girl. And it's interesting because I don't know how to take it. First of all, I don't think I look that much like Stanley Tucci, who played that character. And second of all, when did The Lovely Bones become the film to see for urban street youth? Get it? I don't know, but it always happens more than many times. So things aren't always easy, and in fact, I started recently going to therapy, and that's been great. It's actually been super helpful, because it helped me. Sometimes I get to thinking kind of negatively, and therapy, they've taught me the power of positive thinking, which turns out it's way better than real actual thinking. Because, let me give you an example of positive thinking. Think of something horrible. Anyone, what's something really bad? AIDS. No, see, I like AIDS. AIDS is good. Something else. Something worse than AIDS.
The Holocaust.
I'm a huge fan of the Holocaust. Great. positive thinking, guys. Come on, get on it. So that's good. And then we've been working on, for a long time, we've been working on my body image issues. So like we've been back and forth about that, really mulling it over. And we finally actually came to a huge catharsis. There's a great moment where it turns out I don't even have body image issues. I just really look like this. And frankly, I kind of want my money back now. So yeah. The good news about the whole thing, though, when I can't do the positive thinking thing, they put me on a thing called Percocet. I don't know if you guys have ever been on Percocet. It's pretty great. I don't do like drugs ever, but I would certainly urge you guys to do them as much as possible. It's fantastic. But sometimes I'll do too much. When what'll happen is I'll be on Percocet and it makes me feel great. I'll be like on the computer. Halloween happened recently. I was like looking up costumes to buy, and in the corner of the screen I saw just glance. It said on sale, Gypsy Child costume, and I had like an anxiety breakdown. It made me very nervous, and it took me way too long to realize that what they were selling was a costume for children to dress up like gypsies, and not a costume for gypsies to dress up like children, which is the most horrifying thing I can even possibly think of. So I think things get really, really tough there for a while. But again, I'm trying to think positively. Like I'm trying to embrace the little things in life. Like recently, I made myself just a pizza for myself to eat, like a delicious pizza that I bought. I put it in the oven. It was like piping hot. It was all delicious smelling. I opened it up, looked at it, looked fantastic, and I just thought, man, I could eat this pizza like it was my job. And I even took it further. I was like, geez, what if my job was eating this pizza, eating pizza for a job? It would be amazing. It'd be way better than my actual job, which is chewing pizza and then spitting it into the mouth of a paraplegic Sicilian guy, which is hard. Yeah, I'll let you guys go, but I wanted to tell you one last thing. I've been watching Netflix. You guys like Netflix? That's fun. Yeah, everyone loves that. But there's a series I've been keeping up with, the Wrong Turn horror film series. The first one went to the theaters, and then they keep putting out on DVD, like straight to Netflix and such. Where in the first one is about this group of college kids. They're off on an adventure, like a spring break type thing. They make a wrong turn, and they get murdered and raped by these ravenous hillbillies. And that was the first wrong turn. Wrong turn number 2. The new set of college kids, they're going on a spring break trip. They make a wrong turn, and they get even more raped and even more killed by even worse hillbillies. Then, they had a wrong turn 3, they get more raped, more killed, just horrific hillbillies. I finally watched Wrong Turn 4, and I was like, I can't imagine. But it turned out the 4th wrong turn got him right back on track.